Let me ask you a question. What happens if a situation arises that you were unprepared for? A situation such as a blizzard, a tornado, or being locked down due to a virus, which we've all been through. Really put yourself in any possible situation that could arise. Now ask yourself, what would you do? Where would you go? What do you need? Are you ready? Because what if tomorrow?
Hey everybody, this is Philip, What If Tomorrow Media. Waiting on Mark to get here. We're getting ready to record our 25th episode of the podcast, and it's going to be a fun podcast. It doesn't really have a lot to do with preparedness, anything like that. We're just getting together with a couple of other podcasts and a special guest. We're going to shoot that. But I wanted to get on here. I had some stuff on my mind I wanted to share with you all. This week coming up, it's Sunday, January 17th. Wanted to share with you guys what's kind of on my mind right now with the current situation in the U.S. I'm not sure. I hear a lot of rumors. I can't verify anything, so I'm not going to speak of anything as fact. But being Mark and I started this podcast, and now the media group, we're going to focus on preparedness, like we said in our first video. Look for our two videos coming up talking about get home bag, preparedness on a budget. We're not intending to shoot anything today. If it happens, it happens. But I wanted to get this out to you guys and let you guys listen in, kind of touch base with everybody, kind of let you get to know me and my mind. If you listen to the podcast, I'm kind of conspiracy minded, so to speak. But I'm not going to speak of anything that I can't verify. I can't prove with facts or evidence. We hear a lot of rumblings about stuff that's possibly happening tonight, tomorrow, right before the inauguration. That's really not the issue to me, but what the issue to me with this channel is the fact that there's so many people unprepared. I'm not where I want to be at. If you follow us on the media group or the media page on Facebook, I made a comment the other day that I'm not where I'm at, basically, but because I got complacent when President Trump was in office, because everybody kind of relaxed and didn't really think so much into it. That was a mistake on my part. Earlier last year, a year ago almost, when COVID-19 reared its head, I guess you could say, caught a lot of people off guard. I was watching it and listening, because I listen to a lot of talk shows and podcasts, things like that. I don't watch so many specific videos on YouTube. I kind of browse around and watch things like that. But I was listening to the news and what was kind of going on over in China. My wife and I decided that, hey, we just need to kind of prepare a little bit. So we weren't caught so off guard because we were a couple months ahead of it. Had we have not become complacent, it wouldn't have been as bad as we had it. And we didn't have it bad. I mean, we weren't stressing for toilet paper. We weren't stressing for food or stuff like that. The biggest thing I want to stress to everybody with what may be coming next week, next year, because personally, I don't think this is going to be the same nation today as it will be a year from now. There's grumblings of making the minimum wage $15 an hour. Just think about that. Think about how many people are going to be jobless because small business can't afford to pay employees $15 an hour as a minimum wage. In turn, that's going to drive costs up for everybody, businesses, consumers like us in particular, because you're not going to have near the buying power you have right now, even though, the dollar is weak right now. So prepare for the worst, people. Think about what could be coming. Prepare for it. I'm not saying it is. I'm not the Chicken Little, run around, hey, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. Mark and I call our show more of a preparedness show compared to preppers. The word prepper has gotten a stigma to it over the past probably 12, 15 years, because people hear the word prepper and automatically they're ostracized. They're nuts. They're fruity. They're just crazy. Because they think the world is going to end and all that. I don't think the world is going to end. I have myself, my wife. I have 2 older boys, and I have 2 younger kids, ranging from the age of 20 down to 3. My worry is for them. And my wife and I were discussing the other day that, hey, I would rather it happen now than when they're adults. Because I truly believe the quote, we were born for times such as these. I don't remember who quoted it or who said it, but I know it's a quote. If you don't, look it up, feel free to. I don't care. So all I'm asking everybody is to keep your head, do what you have to do to provide for you and yours. Do what you have to do to protect yourself. Whether it doesn't matter where you fall on the spectrum of self-defense, self-reliance, all that. All I'm asking you is to provide for yourself. Get the things in place now, because honestly, it may be too late. I don't know. I'm not a prophet. I'm just looking at the current situation and what I believe is on the horizon. And honestly, I'm not the only one. I know that there are several people who see all this craziness and all this weird stuff going on. And in my gut, something's not right. I know I'm not the only one. I've talked to people. I've joined conversations on Facebook and stuff like that. Something's not right. I felt this for years, and I think it's what I felt coming for years is here. I don't know 100% certain. I can't put my finger on what's going to happen. I don't know. Nobody knows. I may be totally wrong. I'll be the first one to admit it. But I want everybody that's listening, everybody that listens to the podcast, I want everybody that watches these episodes for our channel, I want everybody to step back. I want everybody to think about what they need. I can't tell you what you need. If you need extra medication, go get it. If you need extra food, go get it. If you need water, Mark and I are going to get into a lot deeper subjects on preparedness. This is just a quick episode. I wanted to fire off and kind of get people to think. Ultimately, that's what Mark and I's goal are. You met him on the first episode. He's my co-host, my partner. We're very like-minded. But I want you guys to think, to prepare, because we don't know what's coming. If they bump up the minimum wage to $15 an hour, think about the ramifications of that. How many people are going to be unemployed because small businesses can't afford to pay them that? McDonald's, it's not a small business, but I bet, they've already got in certain places the robotic teller machines where you place your order. There's people out of work. What is that going to do just with people out of work? What is that going to do to the economy? We're already spending more money than we make as a nation. Our government is spending more money than they bring in. If we ran our households like that, we'd be homeless living on the streets. So I want you to seriously consider getting ready, getting things in order. Try to get out of debt as fast as you can. I'm in that boat too. I know Mark is. Everybody's got some sort of debt. Do your best to get out of it. So do yourself a favor. Think about the situation at hand. Think about what you need to do, whether it be meds, whether it be extra formula if you have a baby, extra food storage. Who knows if or when this happens, but who knows how long it's going to be. So definitely want to be prepared. Definitely take the steps. If you haven't started, take the steps now. Too late. Yesterday was too late, I think. But there's no time like the present to get going, get this started. I'm not saying get you a go-home bag. I'm not saying get you a 3-day bag or a bug-out bag, things like that. Those are things Mark and I are going to cover just because I think they're a good subject to discuss on these videos. But I'm talking about the urgency of right now, because I believe the time is short. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to say, hey, the sky's falling, all that. I believe the time is short before there's something that happens, whether it be the economic collapse, stuff like that. That's the main thing that I feel like that what's coming is there's going to be an economic collapse. At the very least, probably a depression. If you look at the price of gold, now Bitcoin, look at who's buying Bitcoin right now. The big banks and stuff like that are going into Bitcoin. That's something that we haven't seen yet. So get yourself prepared. Silver, gold, precious metals, tradable goods, toilet paper. I'm not saying make a run on it. I was speaking to somebody yesterday, and they live out of state, and they said Sam's is pretty much empty. Do what you have to do to provide for you and yours. And one big piece of advice I can give you, if something happens, as much as you want to help other people, family, friends, all that, I get it if they know you're into preparedness or whatever. This is kind of a personal belief for me. But, I have a small amount of land. I can't say I've got a lot. I don't. But where I live at, I have no neighbors. I live out in the country. If you guys seen the previous video, I don't have anything near me, people, nothing like that. I have a lot of options. I have a lot of options for other people to come and stay out here if it comes to that. Mark and I are going to speak, and we have spoken a lot on the podcast about community. And I'm okay with the community, but I will not let anybody here if they don't bring anything to the table. It's not being greedy, but I can't have somebody here and provide for somebody here that's not willing to do whatever I need to be done. I'm not saying slaves. I'm not saying anything like that. If I need, I need somebody, that might be a really good mechanic or know a lot about farming and planting and food storage, whatever the case may be. I need people. If they're going to come here, I need people who are willing to use their skills and have this skill set, and bring it to the table, because through a community, we're all going to get through it better. Community is huge. If you want to join a community, go check us out over on Facebook, the What If Tomorrow media page. If you follow the podcast, join us on the What If Tomorrow podcast group. On top of that, check us out over at whatiftomorrowpc.com. Shoot us an email at whatiftomorrowpc@gmail.com. All this stuff will be in the links. And I'm going to throw this out there. Go to our website, and like I said, it'll be in the comment section below. And go check out our affiliates through our podcast, My Patriot Supply, mypatriotsupply.com. Go to our website, click on the link. It's right there on the front page. Click on it. That will help the show, the podcast, and that'll help our media group now. The media group's pretty new. I mean, we've only been going for a couple of weeks now. We've not done a whole lot, but we're gearing up for some big things. So do us a favor, like and share this video. Throw us a comment down there below. Hey, I think you're full of crap. Or hey, I think you're right. I think something's going on. Join us in a conversation, because that's what Mark and I want to do. We want to have this conversation. We want to make people aware, if you're not. I believe our followers already, I believe the people that follow the podcast are aware of these situations. Mark and I on the podcast have discussed EMPs. We've discussed Yellowstone. We've discussed riots, civil war, general preparedness. There was something else, I can't remember what we did, but we did it. So just be ready. We've done economic collapse. I think that's something we're going to revisit. We're going to revisit on here on the channel. So do us a favor, y'all. Like, share, all that good stuff. And I will catch you next episode. Thanks.